A psychic saw their hands trembling when your name was mentioned. The guilt still lives in their eyes. Someone saw your future and gasped. You're about to collide with everything they prayed you'd never find. Your name was revealed during a vision of war. Someone has been secretly battling over your soul. A psychic collapsed mid-reading. Your love story shook the veil. They didn't believe in destiny until they saw you in someone else's dream. What the psychic saw, they refused to speak aloud. It involved betrayal and blood. They saw your tears echo into next year. You're about to break, but it leads to love. She saw you choosing yourself. That's why he's returning. The psychic warned, don't ignore the dream on the seventh night. That's when they whisper your truth. A stranger knows your pain. They saw it in a mirror that wasn't theirs. The one you thought forgot you? They just hired someone to find out if you've moved on. A seer whispered your initials. Someone lit a candle to curse what they couldn't control. She saw 2 rings, one broken, one buried, but you never buried yours. Your name trembled on their lips. The psychic tasted regret in every syllable. A vision showed them your wedding without them. That's why they're finally reaching out. Someone saw the lie they told unravel in fire. It wasn't yours to carry. The reading began with silence. Then your face appeared in their guilt. They asked about someone else, but your face came through. Your person didn't ask about love, but love showed your face anyway. A psychic said, they dream of you and call it punishment. You were their test. They failed. Heaven marked it in their chart. The psychic kept drawing swords. You were never safe near them. They lied to everyone. But God showed a psychic your name under their pillow. She saw hands letting go and a heart refusing to. You disappeared from their life, but not from their destiny. Someone saw your story and wept. Even fate felt the ache. The one they chose over you, a karmic stop, not an ending. They didn't believe in readings until yours shook their spine. A psychic whispered. They tried to bury them, but this one rises. They laughed during the session until your name dropped like thunder. You were supposed to be forgotten, but their spirit won't let them. The psychic saw the one who left still sleeping in your energy. They didn't want to ask about you, but spirit forced the truth out. Someone tried to erase you, but your energy keeps haunting the air. A reader trembled, saying, this soul is divine. Don't play with them. The moment they saw your picture, the candles started flickering. They lied to the psychic, but the cards still pulled your pain. The shocking part? You're stronger than the spell they placed. They wanted closure. The psychic said you're not done. The cards showed a reunion, but not without tears. They told the psychic, it's over. Spirit answered, not in this lifetime. You weren't supposed to find out, but your name arrived anyway. Someone paid for silence, but the truth echoed louder. They swore they let go, but the psychic saw a soul still screaming your name. You weren't their lesson. You were their turning point. Spirit said she will rise, and he will watch. A storm hit during your reading. That was no coincidence. They asked about the future, but your shadow was still behind them. They told the reader, I don't love them. The cards screamed otherwise. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. The psychic asked, who is this? Their eyes filled with tears. It was you. Someone burned a letter meant for you. Spirits still read it. Their guilt summoned your name. The psychic heard it clear as thunder. The cards flipped violently. Your name was under the last one. They forgot what they asked, but never forgot who they lost. Your energy still lingers on things they tried to give away. A vision showed your back turned and them chasing. Too late. They smiled during the session, but flinched when your name surfaced. The psychic paused and said, someone holy still waits for you. They lied to the psychic. Their heart didn't. You came through in someone else's reading. Uninvited, unforgettable. Spirit showed your silence as a sword. They've been warned. Make it right, or lose them forever. A candle flickered for you while they denied your name. The psychic closed the session early. Your truth hit too hard. They weren't the one who brought you up, your energy did. You were described as the storm and the sanctuary. The reader said, "You think it's over, but fate hasn't agreed." Someone was told, "You walked away from a divine one." Their current relationship was marked temporary. Your name? Permanent. They regret leaving, but their ego keeps them silent. You were the one that tested their free will. A psychic saw your tears in someone else's timeline. You thought it ended. Heaven said otherwise. They planned to move on, but your soul appeared in their sleep. Spirit whispered, "You are their unfinished chapter." Their lesson? Loving someone who won't come back. You were the last name in the fire, and the only one they couldn't let burn. A reader saw you standing at a door they never had the courage to open. They loved you in silence, but spirit screamed your name. The psychic said, "This isn't just a heartbreak. It's a divine reckoning." You were the message, not the memory. Their soul came looking. Your soul had already closed the door. They asked about success. The answer came, "Not without them." The reading ended with your name and a single tear. A psychic described your eyes. They said, "They still haunt you, don't they?" Their ancestors warned, "If you lose this one, don't ask us for another." They didn't say your name, but the air still did. Your energy held too much truth. That's why they trembled. A reader said they're coming back, but not the same. Someone tried to forget you, but the spirits keep reminding them. They couldn't finish the session. Your presence was too loud. A seer said they'll regret it, but it will be too late. The psychic paused mid-sentence. They saw your pain in someone else's hands. They thought they healed, but your name cracked them open again. You are the echo that won't die in their silence. The cards showed your smile, then fell apart. They were warned. This soul is royal. Tread lightly. You left, but not from their energy field. Spirit spoke. They were your one chance, and you ran. The psychic kept hearing your laugh in someone else's timeline. You are the love story they'll never finish. The session was supposed to be about them, but it turned into you. Their name faded. Yours got louder. They tried blocking your memory, but their dreams are still full of you. A reader described your pain perfectly. They flinched. You were always meant to be their mirror, and they shattered. Spirit told them, the apology must come before the return. You are the storm that changed their chart. A psychic said, you're their karma and their cure. They dream of you with a heaviness they can't explain. The truth? They still check your name with every reader. Your soul glows too loudly for them to pretend. They're haunted by a decision Spirit told them not to make. A vision showed you walking away with peace. That's what scares them. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Comment your favorite quote and subscribe for more. The psychic wept when she saw your name. Something sacred is about to return to you. She saw 2 timelines, one where you love them, one where you lose them. A stranger saw your heartbreak in a dream. It wasn't theirs. It was yours. And they prayed. The vision came at midnight. Your face, your future, your unfinished fate. You crossed their mind, and suddenly the mirror cracked. A psychic touched your name and whispered, they were chosen to love a broken angel. The moment they saw your eyes, their hands trembled. You're the prophecy no one prepared for. A child had a vision of your future, and it terrified her mother. The cards weren't shuffled. They arranged themselves. Your story wanted to be heard. There's something about your silence that made the seer stop breathing. She saw 2 souls bound by red thread, unraveling and then knotting tighter. The psychic screamed before she could speak. She said your soulmate carries a curse. Someone's been dreaming your face for weeks, and now they know it's real. You keep feeling watched. It's not paranoia. It's prophecy. The psychic wouldn't say his name, but your heart already knows who. A storm entered her house when she touched your past. There's something about the year you were born. She said it's tied to ancient fire. A voice whispered through her incense. Tell them they were never abandoned. She saw you on your knees, not in defeat, but divine preparation. The psychic said you've already met your forever. You just didn't believe them yet. They saw your heartbreak echoing through lifetimes. You've lost this soul before. You weren't crazy. You were catching fragments of the vision. A stranger recognized your laugh from their visions. They followed the sound. The seer refused payment. She said this message was too holy to sell. You're not haunted. You're awakening. The reading began with silence. Not emptiness, reverence. She saw your name wrapped in flame and water. Two loves. One destiny. You didn't imagine them. Spirit showed you a memory before it happened. A psychic read your pain aloud before you even spoke. Something ancient is unfolding inside you, and someone saw it coming. Your soulmate's initials were written in ash, and they still burned. Her voice cracked when she said your person's name. The truth is heavy. A psychic touched her photo and whispered, "They've been followed by something divine." She said your silence was louder than screams, and that's how Spirit heard you. Someone dreamed your wedding. It wasn't theirs. It was always yours. A raven passed her window when your story came up. She closed the book. The one who's coming wears the face of your childhood prayer. Your name was carved into her candle wax without a single touch. She saw the same soul trying to reach you in 3 lifetimes. You're not broken. You're blooming under a sky no one else can see. He left you in the vision, but every step broke him open. A seer said you've cried the exact same tears before, in 1642. Your pain wasn't hidden, it was protected. The psychic saw your soulmate at war with their own shadow. Every heartbreak you survived was seen by something holy. You were always part of the vision. You just forgot you were divine. She touched the cards, and your old wounds bled through them. A stranger will tell you something only your heart should know. The psychic saw your destiny, but some truths must be lived, not spoken. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. The psychic screamed, not from fear, but from love too heavy for one lifetime. It was you. They saw your face in fire. The flame whispered your name like a vow. You were the one they said would break the curse with a kiss. Her hands shook when she touched your photo. This one is chosen. You were in their vision, standing alone, glowing like a forgotten god. This soul's love will bend time, she said, closing her eyes with tears. They didn't speak what they saw, only wept and wrote your initials. You've been prophesied by name. Not even angels could touch what was coming. This one has died many times loving the same soul, she whispered. A past life followed you into this one. It still wants justice. He's still in love, she cried, even after the betrayal. A shadow left your aura crying. Someone's guilt is haunting them. You were in her dream, married, radiant, and crying because it finally came true. The psychic dropped the cards. Your energy was too holy for prediction. She saw a ring, a vow, a moment your soul has waited lifetimes for. The name, they said, matches the one you keep dreaming of. They made a deal to lose each other, she whispered, but not forever. A soulmate shattered their destiny just to walk toward yours. Their heart broke in the vision, she said, from realizing they let you go. A hidden photo, a buried letter. A psychic saw them bringing it back. She trembled, seeing 2 timelines, one with you, one without. Only one glowed. He watches her from afar, she said, but soon no more hiding. They asked for forgiveness, and your soul whispered back, I already did. Your eyes were described exactly. Someone still holds them in memory. She saw you, on a hill, arms wide, being kissed by the sky. A mirror cracked when your name was spoken. You are not forgotten. They buried the letter. but she saw them digging it up next week. She described your pain in silence, word for word. You've never told a soul. A secret is coming to light. It will make you weep but free you. They saw 2 flames circling. These souls are identical in ache. She doesn't know it, the psychic said, but he still prays for her. They saw your smile, healing someone who almost gave up. There's someone who carries your name like it's sacred. A stranger knows you by name. Destiny planted you in their dreams. You've been on their altar for months. The prayer ends this week. A psychic held your name to her heart and whispered, "It's time." Someone denied their feelings until she saw their soul screaming yours. He saw her in a dream, she said, then again in real life. There's something written with your name, in a will or in a vow. They chose her instead, she whispered, but never stopped dreaming of you. A message will come at night. Don't ignore the knock in your chest. Their voice still haunts him, the psychic said. It plays when he prays. Your aura is tangled with someone else's fate. It's unraveling now. They wept when she said your name. That's all the proof you need. A home was seen, half full, half grieving, waiting for your arrival. I see them kissing, she said, but it's not who they're with now. A hidden journal, a buried truth, a past they tried to forget until now. The psychic said, one more chance. That's all the universe is offering. Don't give up on love, she whispered. Someone is finally waking up. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. There is a wedding in the vision, but the groom is crying before it. You were born with their name etched in your timeline. They broke their own heart denying you, she said. The one you love thinks of you when thunder rolls. He regrets everything, she said, but doesn't know if you'll listen. The psychic refused to read further. This love, it's too real. I saw her holding flowers, she said, crying, smiling, waiting. This is your sign, the psychic whispered. Don't give up on them.